Okay, thanks so much for coming tonight. I don't even have a, I don't even have a, a presentation. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Asia. Am I saying your name right, Asia? Asia? You don't have video, it's all good. So you can just listen on and good, then you can't see what we look like. Um, But I basically wanted to just go over a couple things. I've talked about it in the last couple presentations that I've done, that I'm doing this course called The Art of Recruiting by Joshua Coates, and I am loving him. And I just think that he's fantastic, and he does the art of leadership. He does a lot of different kinds of courses. And so he's very, very helpful. And the reason I wanted to do the art of recruiting is because I've pretty much just realized that, you know what, if I'm going to grow this business, I need to grow my team. And I need to know how to keep recruiting more coaches and how I can teach the rest of my team to keep recruiting coaches. So while I can't really give away all of his content, and I don't even know, I need to re-listen to all his videos. It's overwhelming because there's so much info, but it's all great info. So I'm going to share some nuggets with you. He said it's okay for us to share some nuggets. He was okay with that, so I'm going for it. It's important to, well, first of all, let me say something. October, I believe it's the 13th. Let me see here. The 13th, yep. October 13th, Carl Deichler is coming to Philadelphia for free because last Super Saturday he had a very sick family member, so he couldn't make it. So he is going to do that for free. So if you are within a couple 100 miles or 100 miles or whatever of Philadelphia, please make it a point to get there to this show, or to the show. Actually, it is like a show because Carl is amazing in person. His energy is unbelievable. He's a lot of fun. So I know that actually Liz, hi Liz, I know that you're coming, and you too, Jess, and Asia, I can see your chat. So hopefully, I don't know where you live. So hopefully you'll be there too. You can chat with me in the sidebar here and let us know where you're from. But it's going to be an amazing event, and it always fuels the fire and really will help us end the year strong. He's so motivating. So I'll circle back now to the art of recruiting. He says you need to be intentional. You know, this is your business. I feel like I personally have been told, you know, you're the CEO of your own business, but I don't know, it never really clicked for me. Like that didn't really mean a whole lot to me when someone said I was the CEO. And I don't know why, but when I started thinking of it as an entrepreneur, like genuinely just thinking, okay, I am an entrepreneur and I am creating my own business and I am in charge of every single thing that happens in it. No one else is responsible for my business except for me. And I had to take a lot of ownership for it. And I think I did from the beginning, but it was more so recently like, yeah, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. You know, I can see Beachbody coaches all over Facebook and this and that, but that doesn't matter because this is my business. And so I need to take ownership of what I'm doing. So that's partly why I took this course too. And that's what he's saying is you need to take ownership of what's going on in your own business. You are the only one responsible for the amount of income you're bringing in. You're responsible for the amount of Success Club points you're earning each month. You're responsible for how many new people you're actually helping each month. You are responsible for everything. So that's like, okay, I'm responsible. And he recommends us reading the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. So if you haven't gotten it yet, that's definitely something to listen to on audio. And another one he said there were 3 books he recommends. Go for No, which I have not read yet. Go for No, the 10X Rule, and You Are a Badass, which most of you guys know I'm like obsessed with You Are a Badass, but I've never listened to Go for No. So that's going to be next on my list. So he said, you know, in his own personal experiences, he was a car detailer, and he would have to detail like 8 cars a day in order to stay afloat. And they have 4 kids. And I think one of his kids, his third youngest, or the third one in line, had to have like 3 open heart surgeries before he was even like 3 or 4 years old. And so it was extremely taxing on the family. They were really struggling, and he grew his own business, he's a certified life coach. He grew this business while he worked doing detailing cars, and he did all of that. And he he honestly was just struggling just to pay the medical bills, everything. And he said he had to be intentional, and he didn't just try at becoming a life coach or try at getting some clients. He did it. You have to do. You can't just try, you have to do. So I know a lot of us coming on board, and I personally said the same thing. All right, I'll give it a year and I'll see what happens. Well, no, that's not really how you run a business. You don't just give it a year and see what happens. You actually have to do stuff in that year and really think about it in terms of like 2 years, 3 years. That's when you do for 2 to 3 years, that's when you'll see stuff happening. But if you're just like, well, just kind of laid back about it, your business isn't going to go anywhere. Now, I want to say that that's totally fine if you don't want to build a business. But most of the people that are listening on this call, like each of us, we want to grow a business, and that's why we're here listening to this call. If you're a discount coach, you're not usually on these calls because you're just really in it for the discount. So I don't mean to sound, I'm sure I'm not offending you guys, but like if you want to grow it, that's what you got to do. You got to work at it. So I want to go over a few things I've mentioned previously, but I feel like I can't stress it enough. You have to post 4 times a day. And he told us you have to, every Tuesday and Thursday, do a Transformation Tuesday and a Throwback Thursday. You don't necessarily have to call it that, but it has to be how you felt here, how you felt in your before, and how you felt in your after. It doesn't have to necessarily, and it could be any part of your life. It could be financial, physical, emotional, whatever, any kind. Like today I did like a Transformation Tuesday food post. And actually, I've had people reach out to me. So I did like this tasty looking bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, which I love them, but did nothing good for my waistline. And I compared it with a shake, which, I really like bacon. I like bacon more than I like a shake, but it's really helped a lot. And I think that's being real, and people enjoyed it. One lady reached out to me about it, and I actually had somebody else sign up today and switch me so that, because her coach quit. I'll put it that way. Her coach quit, and she asked if I could switch her since she's under me. So I was like, all right, this stuff is working, and I'm in my 3rd week, and I'll be honest, it's totally stepping outside my comfort zone. I have told my story like maybe once every 6 months because I don't really like talking about it. But I'm forced to tell my story every Tuesday, every Thursday, and then every Sunday it has to be a coach opportunity post. Maybe you could do coach opportunity post Tuesday and Thursday as well, but Sunday night has to be one. And I've been boosting my posts every Sunday. He said, if you don't have money, you don't have money. He's like, but try to dig up $5 and boost your post. So I threw $20 into my last post this weekend, and it's getting really good engagement, but I know that again, I just can't give up. If I did this 6 months ago, I probably would have gone hardcore like this for maybe 1 week or 2 weeks and then just fizzled out. And he said that's exactly what's going to happen. He said exactly, you're going to get tired. You're not going to think it's working. You're going to think that people are tired of seeing you post your story. You're going to think people are thinking you're annoying. All those things that many of us think of. Not all of us do, but I would say most of us think and worry about what other people are thinking of us and don't want to post or don't want to share that kind of stuff. But he said, that's exactly what you have to do. Pretty much, and just in the 10X rule, you're basically an advertisement for your own business. Do you think McDonald's feels guilty about having a commercial every 15 minutes on NBC? No, McDonald's is happy to do it all the time. And that's just it. You want to keep putting your face out there. You want people to keep seeing it. And maybe they're not even reading it. They're just seeing it and scrolling it, but you're still popping up in their feeds. And truth be told, you're only showing up at about 10% of people's feeds, which is why you need to be messaging people every day just to say hi. Hey, how you doing? Great, love that picture of you and your daughter or your dog. Something just to reach out and connect again. It doesn't have to be an invitation to this opportunity, but just to connect on a human level, because you never really know who's actually watching you. And so, case in point, this woman today, I won't even get into all the details of it. I have met her in the past where Eric used to work, and I didn't really think that she really ever looked at my stuff. Our kids actually are going to the same school this year, and so we've kind of been randomly have messaged each other just about the school and stuff, very, very random and sporadic, maybe like 2 or 3 times. And today she reached out to me and said, hey, I see that I know you do the Shakeology stuff. I'd love it. You know, if someone I knew got the commission for it, is there a way that you can switch me so I'm under you? Yes, I absolutely can. That's no problem. I made sure that she wasn't already a discount coach. She's not. And she doesn't even order every single month. But just the fact that she reached out to me is huge, because I honestly, I wasn't really feeling so comfortable about reaching out to her. So it's a lesson that I'm learning too. Like, wow, these people actually are watching. And another lady, like, momentum is building up is my point. Someone else that I have been talking to for months, she writes back once a month. And I'm like, this lady's never going to sign up. Tonight, she writes to me, and I'm just so excited because I know that this is going to be a great opportunity for her, but I really wasn't sure that she was so on board, because it takes a while for her to write back, and she signed up. So, you know, that's a really big deal to me that, wow, this is actually starting to work. It's just the middle. Well, it's the very beginning of week 3. So I want to just take it easy. I want to take a day off. I just want to take a break, but I'm not specifically because I'm in this training, and every day he's like, you can't just stop. Because when you stop your momentum, and you have to start all over again. Like, and you get nowhere. You're just spinning your wheels. Like, maybe you'll sell a challenge pack. Maybe you'll sell 2. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll hit Success Club 5, but you're not really growing your team when you stop. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because I feel like so many of us start and stop and start and stop and start and stop, and we have excuses. And that's another thing he brought up, is excuses. There are no excuses. There are no excuses. Like, it's just like the people in our challenge groups. You know, they'll be, you know how hard it is when someone you're talking to, and they're like, well, I'm moving next month, so now's not a good idea, and now's not a good time for me to work on my health and fitness. I'm going to be moving, and I just feel like I'm going to not have time to do the exercises. Where, like, in your head, you're like, no, now is the perfect time that you should be starting, so you can get into a routine, and you can, you know, start getting healthier, because you will fall off track when you're moving, but this is going to give you a whole month to, like, get ahead and start working on it. You know, where, like, it's like you have those challengers that are on board for the first 1 to 2 weeks, and they're like so gung-ho, and they're posting every day, and they're even maybe sharing selfies, and then, you know, it's like screeching halt, and you don't even hear from them again. You know, it's like they wanted that 50-pound weight loss in the first week, and they're so upset that they didn't lose those 50 pounds. And you know, guys, it's going to take like a long time to lose 50 pounds, but like, you lose 1 pound a week, that's huge. You know, you lose 52 pounds, and honestly, like, 1 pound a week, when you really stick to it, is really not that hard, especially if you do have quite a bit to lose. Or even if it's a half a pound a week, you do that for a solid year. Let's be honest, like, you're in a massively, incredibly shape by the end of the year, but it's keeping that motivation. It's keeping, just realizing that small progress is progress, and that at some point you're going to look back and be like, wow, this just really took off. So I wanted to give you that analogy, because it's just easy to give up or make excuses. And Liz, I know, like, you just had a baby, so, and I'm very sensitive to that too. I'm like, you did just kind of have a life change. Like, and there are actually a couple other girls on our team that are going through some really, really tough times. Like, a couple coaches have had loved ones pass away within, like, the last month, and very recently. And, you know, life happens. And I'm not saying, well, you have to keep posting 4 times a day. That's not my point at all. It's just, don't quit. You know, you have to manage and handle the changes, and work something out, and just keep trying at your own pace. But it's just don't give up. Just keep trying to move in the right direction. So, because life happens, and when life happens, you want to still have that momentum going, where your business isn't going to fall apart just because something happened. So with that said, it's kind of just like the whole momentum thing. And I wanted to give you my experiences that this really is working. So I highly recommend the course if you did want to take it. I have more nuggets to share, but I still have more videos to watch and listen to. So I will share more. But I felt like this was a really, really great start, because just those 4 posts a day have made a big difference in my business. And when you post, this is another thing I want to share, post. Hang on one second. Oh, great, Jess. I hope I'm not getting what you're getting. When you post, he calls it rock star. He's like, pick the rock star, whoever you admire, not a Beachbody coach. He's like literally a rock star or whatever, like a famous person. Pretend that you are that person. If you can resonate with them, whoever you jab with, whoever you love, like just someone, and I'm like, I love Carrie Underwood. I love her. I just feel like she's just like really cool. But anyway, he's like, post like you are that person. And you are just a rock star. You need to be confident. He was making so much fun. He was making me laugh so hard. He's like, you can tell who the people are who are really confident, because they're just like, yeah, and they're like selfies. And he's like, and then you can tell the people that are like, hey, I think I like this shake. I think it tastes okay. And it was making me laugh because you can see that in somebody's eyes. Like, you can look at that and be like, okay, like, she's just like faking it. Same thing as with the transformation picture. He was saying like, it's hard when it's like you want someone to actually genuinely feel like they're really make a transformation, like it's from the inside out. So when you look at their picture and they look worse and more stressed in the after picture, that's not somebody you want to follow. So think about that when you're doing your after pictures. Genuinely you want it, hopefully you're genuinely happy. But he said these are things to really pay attention to, because you may not realize it, but when people are looking at it, they can pick up on that. So there you go. There's another nugget for you. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is the importance of hitting Success Club and going Emerald, which I feel like we have heard this 1,000 times, but it's getting to be the end of the year. And so a lot of this is where the elite points all come in. And so the way they calculate elite points is there's a couple different ways, but one of the biggest ways is through Success Club points. Now, if you hit Success Club, that's fantastic. You have to hit Success Club in order to get elite points. However, if none of your personally sponsored coaches hit Success Club, you get 0 points. So it truly is based upon your team. Now, if you get 0 points and your team gets points, like someone on your team gets Success Club 5, you still get 0 points. Like, you have to hit Success Club and your team has to hit Success Club, and that's how you actually get elite points. Liz, I'm right on that. Like, if you get, if I hit Success Club, but no one else underneath me hit Success Club, that's 0 points, right? I'm pretty confident. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to double check. I had it written out. I'm pretty sure you definitely have to hit it. And then it is based on like you said, like with the team, but you might get a point for
I can't remember.
Yourself.
Well, maybe something to look into, but regardless.
Yeah, we'll clarify it.
Yeah. But you have to hit Success Club if you want to get elite points. And for me, that is a big goal, because I'm like, wow, I'm actually at a point where I really am doing actually kind of well with the elite points, but we all need to be hitting Success Club in order to actually go elite this year. So that is a goal of mine. But not only it's not just about the points, and I always say lead with your heart. It's not really about points all the time, but the point system is a good thing to gauge how you're progressing in the business. Like, you do want to actually keep moving your business forward. So in order to move forward, you have to help the minimum of 3 people a month. And that does include the Shakeology as well. I personally I used to feel stressed out about Success Club, but I would say in the last month, 2 months, I just sort of was like, you know what? It's going to happen. I'll hit Success Club. I'm not going to freak out about it. And I'm going to do my posts. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I know it's just going to happen. And I'm going with it because I'm not trying, I'm doing. And I just hit it tonight, you guys. I finally freaking hit it. And, luckily there's a few days left, but I know that if you haven't hit Success Club yet, you still have time. It's been proven. There are people on the team that have come out of the negatives in the last week and actually hit Success Club 5. So I know you can do it. You just have to talk to more people. You have to maybe talk to, honestly, 20, 30 people. It's not easy. It's not always fun either. But if you genuinely want to help people, you have to talk to more people. And then the other thing I wanted to say about it is the importance of going Emerald is that, Emerald really is a decision. A lot of people can, and this is not a knock at anyone that's a new coach, because I've talked to a couple people recently and they're trying to find that second person to go Emerald really, really badly. And I know they're really trying. And I know part of it is also just fear of the unknown. It's a brand new thing. They're new coaches, and that's totally okay. But you can find one person. I promise you can find one person. You look at anybody in your life, family, friends, people on Facebook, you absolutely can find one person that is looking to make a lifestyle change. If you're talking to, like I said, for every 10 people you talk to, one person will say yes. And you just have to be reaching out to them. You can't necessarily be held back by already thinking you know what their answer is. I have totally done that. And then when I reached out to my scary person, they actually were like, yeah, I'm all on board. This is awesome. And I couldn't believe myself. So I actually want to give that as an assignment to people here tonight. There's just a few of us, but if anybody watches the recording, reach out to 2 scary people this week. I hate to call them scary, but people who you think would just totally shut you out or totally say no. Someone that you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't know, I'm scared of that person kind of. Reach out to them and just say hi and present the opportunity to join your next challenge group, or even the coaching opportunity. And I can also go into some scripts and some things that he brought up, some objections that he's been going over. I still have an hour and a half of Q&A to listen to from this training, and it's all about objections and questions that the people in the group have had, and he's answering them for us. So he's had some excellent ways to answer a lot of the common objections. So I'm feeling a lot more confident. I don't know, does anybody have any questions? Maybe I could specifically answer some stuff for you now. I know we have just like a couple minutes left. I'm happy to go over some things if you're wondering about it.
Tina.
Yes.
Asia is a very new coach. She's been coaching for just a couple weeks now.
Okay.
But she's out there. She's, trying to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, you talked about the 4 posts a day. I think you might have mentioned this in the last one, but he said like to do like a Beachbody one, right? Or like, can you describe that just a little bit to clarify
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
kind of like what you're posting about?
Yeah. So 4 posts a day. One post has to be, he said, make it a motivational post. So I like to pick like some sort of cute like image off of Facebook, Instagram, whatever, something motivational, something inspirational. That's one. Another post is just a lifestyle post. And he said, everybody's life is boring, or none of us think we have interesting lives. He's like, those movie stars, those people that live in those $1 billion homes or $1 million homes. He's like, they do the same things you do. They just make it look really awesome. So post about your life, maybe you're, I just use this example like 1,000 times, but like maybe you're having a cup of coffee and you're just like sitting at your kitchen table. You somehow make a post out of it, or just show your coffee cup and just say, oh, working on some business or enjoying a cup of coffee before work. I don't know. He's like, whatever, but just be you and like just show them what you're doing. The other 2 posts need to be health and fitness related. So you can take that any way you want to. You don't even necessarily have to say Beachbody. You could just do whatever. I personally have been switching it up a lot. Like I'll do I don't talk about Shakeology every day. So every now and then I'll make one of those posts, a Shakeology post. Sometimes I'll do a video because videos tend to gain more traction. Just like a video of a workout, but like add value. So talk about what it is you're doing or why you like the program you're doing, or something along those lines. It's whatever you want, but that's what it is. 1 motivational, 1 lifestyle, and 2 health and fitness.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then one other thing I wanted to say real quick is since I haven't been really working out or anything, I've been posting about Shakeology every day because I drink it every single day. So it's like the one healthy thing I can do for myself. And I've gotten more messages about Shakeology in the last 3 weeks since I've had the baby. Just, people are pregnant, not pregnant, but just anybody has been texting me, like men, women. And like Tina said, like sometimes you feel like you're being annoying. And before I never used to post, maybe I do 2 posts of Shakeology a week, if that. And right now it's just kind of like to keep my head above water. I'm just kind of posting whatever. And I've gotten so many people at least asking about it, which I've never had this many people ask me about Shakeology before than I've had in the last 3 weeks. So like Tina said, just keep going and just keep doing it. Don't stop. Don't think you're annoying. Because there are people out there that you don't even realize are looking at your stuff and following you. You just have to do it.
I agree. So are you posting, I've seen your post, but I honestly, I've been like so business focused. I haven't really been scrolling a whole lot.
No.
So are you posting every day about Shakeology or like that you're getting your shake? I mean, I've
pretty much like I pretty much post that either like a benefit of it, that I'm drinking it, either a picture of my Shakeology, just like, and I say something about it, and it might not, or it might just like be me holding the baby with Shakeology and like, but it's been crazy. I've at least gotten like 6 or 7 messages, I want to say, which is like unheard of for me about Shakeology, just about Shakeology, not about anything else. So.
And you didn't even have a call to action in the post, or did you have a call to action?
No, I haven't even said, message me if you're interested. Some of them have, but some of them I have been doing a call to action because I either think you said it or it was on one of the national wake up calls recently. They said always have a call to action with your posts, which is something I didn't used to do. Like I would just kind of post, but now I'm trying to do that a little bit more.
That's actually something I did forget to say. So for Asia, since you're so new, I don't even know if you know what a call to action is, which sounds like, call to action. You have to tell people what to do. You have to tell them to do something. So at the very end of those posts on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, you have to say to them, he said, not even so much to message me, but he's like, tell them exactly what to do. Comment with I'm in, or comment, add me, like tell them what to write and tell them what to do, because people genuinely don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. They might not even like your post, because they just don't know. They're scared. They're nervous. Like they are excited. So just tell them what to do. And that's when you'll start to see more engagement too, because that's people kind of need instruction that way. Okay. Good stuff, Liz.
Awesome.
Anybody else have questions? Or Asia, do you want to, I've got your chat open here. If you can, I feel like I'm calling you out, but you can feel free to message some questions if you have any. If not, no worries. And Jess, I know that you're not feeling so hot either. And honestly, that baby Xander is so cute. I can just see his little fuzz.
No,
He totally passed out.
I was he's asleep. I was breastfeeding. So that's why I had to
yeah.
I had the screen up. I was like, oh, somehow I made it on. I don't know how. But
I don't know how you did either. And you look amazing. I don't know how you look so amazing. You have like no bags under your eyes. How do you look so good? Yeah. Okay, so Aisha doesn't have any questions. Jess, do you have anything popping up? Any questions or anything?
Nothing right now that I can think of.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure we got it all covered. So, just wanted to go over some basic stuff. Hope this helps you guys, and I'll see you back on next Thursday. We'll do it again.
Tuesday.
I'll have some more nuggets. Tuesday. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. All right, friends. I'm going to end the call.
Yeah. Thank you, Tina, so much. I appreciate it.
No worries. All right.
Bye, Aisha. Bye, Jess.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks.